Okay, let's try that again, shall we? I can't go live on my new page that I created specifically to go live on, so I'm having to do this on my own page. This arrived today. Those of you who've been watching the videos I've done with John Mock on the Interesting Modelling Company will know that I've been waiting for this with, shall we say, anticipation. This is the all-new NuNu Porsche 911 RSR race car. The model as currently issued represents the 2018 car. This is the Pink Pig tribute runner from 2018. Yeah, just kind of, yeah. Usual NuNu packaging, very similar to what we expect from most of the Japanese manufacturers. Colour call-outs on the side of the box, text and web pages, usual stuff. What is interesting is you'll notice this is kit number 23. This kit was announced before COVID. It has only just arrived. Some of their recent issues are into the 30s. Gives you an idea of how long it's taken to come. Anyway, with no further ado, bear in mind I've not had a look in this yet, so some of this might be made up on the fly. Usual B-Max packaging. NuNu B-Max are linked, so what you're seeing here, very nicely designed side windows with the vents, and that's the air point. They've got a nice defined edge to the glazing around the areas that have to be painted. This is really something I really prefer to see. If you're masking, it makes it a lot easier to mask. If you're using commercial masks, it obviously gives you somewhere to locate them to. Headlamp glazings look very clear. That whole thing looks very, very nice. And we have a couple of little bits in here. So obviously we've got tyres. They look considerably better than the ones in the Audi R8 that I've been building recently, which are tapered. These look a lot better. Centre seam line. Let's have a little look, shall we? Can we get into them? Yes, we can. Obviously, usual little chrome sprue for the backs of the headlight units and for the tail lights and the headlights and the mirror lenses. Yeah, still tapered. It's not necessarily a bad idea. It allows you to always have the edges, the tyres on the ground. Gives you a little bit of play around their application. There are 3D printed options coming, I'm pretty sure of it. But I don't necessarily dislike those. Bit of mesh in there as well. And the ubiquitous poly caps. I'll leave the chrome sprue out. We'll have a look at that again in a minute. We have a couple of sprues in there. We've got a front splitter, floor, some suspension and drivetrain bits, interior in there, here some of, rear deck. It's not a massively complicated kit. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Sorry, crinkly plastic, yes I know. I'm working here with a camera that I can't see what it's recording. It's kind of above my head. Don't want that. There we go. Yeah, so we've got main wing elements. Well, quite nicely detailed dash. That's very, very clean. Wheel well liners, wing uprights and end plates. Tail light bits, mirrors. Oh, the discs and calipers are nicely detailed. Not overly complicated like some that I've been building recently that have driven me slowly up the wall. Now I know at least one of the Far Eastern suppliers is making 3D printed for this. I believe there's a set of exhaust tips already and a set of vents for the body. We'll come back to those in a minute. What we got here? Floor with the basics of the interior to attach the interior tub. There, interior tub. There we go. Yeah. It's very B-Max NuNu. It's exactly what we expected to see. I'm not entirely sure why it's taken so long to get to market. I'm sure there'll be umpteen reasons, possibly a few hurdles that had to be gone through with Porsche before they signed it off. As I understand, they can be a little picky, shall we say, about things like this, making sure they're right. A couple of bits off the sprue, that's unusual. Floor, there we go. Yeah, basics of the floor, seat mount, etc. That's quite neatly done. We've got a sidewall detail. And I've thrown that on the floor. Dear, oh dear. I knew it was going to be one of those days about 10 hours ago. Yeah, get it the right way around here, and that helps. Yeah, that's all quite nice. Some nice detail going in there. Instrumentation. Roll cage is neat. Always is in these. The funny thing is, I really like the way B-Max do their kits, and I have to say they are very, very easily to build. There's a lot of people being negative about their R8 in light of the Meng kit. I've seen the Meng kit built up, and I'm not that impressed. Okay, the B-Max one is a bit of a battle to put together, but yeah, this is what it is. We have decals. What have we got in here? That looks remarkably like a set of window masks. It is a set of window masks. There we go. Oh, now that's nice. And they're printed on what appears to be kabuki tape. It is. Yeah, that's lovely. Oh, yes. This masking sheet is used to paint the window edges and the window frames in black to reproduce sharp lines. Thank you very much for telling us that. That's really useful. They look nice, actually. They look very nice. Lovely crisp cut on those. I like the fact that the cut is inside the outline of the part, and you've got exterior and interior for the side windows. That's a nice touch. Not seen that in a kit before, so someone's paying attention. Got a couple of decal sheets in here, as is often the way. Now, bearing in mind that the NuNu kits are linked to Platts, so the decals tend to be printed by them. That is very nice. Decal seat belts, often maligned in a car like a 911 when there's very little visible glass, probably passable. I'm not going to sit and make fabric belts with buckles that you cannot see. There you go. We've got very nicely represented bits and bobs on here, tire decals. Yep, they're quite nice. Put them over there. And these are the important bits. This is the bit we've all wanted. Yes, the dotty lines. Obviously, you'll appreciate this is a tribute scheme, a tribute to the 1971 917 Pink Pig. Yeah, really, that is really nice. It's a lovely thing to see. I'm so pleased to finally have it in my hand. I've waited a long time for this kit to come, not because I want to make the Pink Pig, but there are some of the most stunningly beautiful decal options available for this car, which are slowly being announced by some of the Far Eastern suppliers. LB and SK in particular seem to have jumped on that very quickly, and I believe Decalcast has as well. So yeah, in here we have the body. Oh my, that's a very significant step forward over some of their earlier work. Mold, there's the slightest mold line on there, one across the top of the wing here, running up there. Got it on the crease, right on the sharp crease. That's nice. Wow. Yeah, I seriously think that is possibly the best thing I've seen them do. I should, obviously, after the amount of time we've waited, show so, but wow, that's just beautiful. Yeah, there's not a lot you can really say to that. That is just lovely. Now, decisions. What schemes to use? I'm working on the basis that every man and their dog is going to do the pink pig. And the Rothmans scheme that ran the same year. There are a couple of interesting options, he says out loud. Just grabbing a magazine that I thought I'd put to hand, but I'd obviously put it further away than I thought I had. So just on the cover of that, we have that little beauty. And there's the car itself in 2018. So the works cars, those of you who don't have this is Automobilisme, a French magazine that is published, or was at this point in time was published in a single format, and every year covered all the various entries. Those of you who know me may recognise some of these because I've been battling with them up for the last 2 years. This thing's still on the bench somewhere. There we go. There's the car in question. Now, this publishing company went under, sadly, post-COVID. I believe, I'm told, that a large portion of their stock is currently held by a museum somewhere in Western France. And I'm trying to get hold of them because I've got a couple of back issues I'm missing. But, yeah. So that's the car we've just looked at. If you look at the pictures, this is absolutely spot on to this. When I was talking about 3D printed intakes, there's 2 intakes on here and here, which are on the black sprue. They're there and there. I'm told that there's a couple of people saying they're not particularly accurate. I have to say, it's a big lump of black in the side of a pink car. You've got to put mesh in it anyway, which is depicted here, if you can see it. Yeah. Are we going to be that picky about it? Probably we are. But yeah, there you go. The thing is, when you go beyond this page, you find the works cars. This is 2018, incidentally, where there's 2 of. So, Earl Bamber, Nick Tandy, Patrick Pillay, Timo Berhard, Roman Dumas, Sven Muller's car. You keep going a little bit further on past the Astons and you find another one, which is the Jörg Bergmeister, Patrick Lindsay, Hideo Perfettica, which is Team Project 1. You've got more, again, further on. We've got the Dempsey Proton cars. Yes, that is the Dempsey. There's a better picture of that vent. It very clearly shows that beyond the mesh you can't see a great deal, so I'll take my position on that one. Yeah, another one. That's a lovely livery, that blue livery there. I believe that's coming from SK, but I might be wrong on that one. The Golf Tribute one, that, yeah. We've got, this is the other Dempsey car. That's the GTE Am car. Aston Martin there. I believe that's the one. This is the Proton competition car in the chrome green and silver and grey. That's an absolutely stunningly beautiful thing. And that's that. So that's 2018. If you switch to 2019, it gets better because there's even more. Get to the right place in the book, Ian. Really, if they're going to do this, I wish they'd follow up with that. 488, absolutely iconic Ferrari race car. If you come past the F1 and Motorsport seat display over the next couple of years, you'll probably see that, and that ad infinitum. While I could get my money's worth out of the damn things because they nearly killed me. Here we go. So 2019, we've got the Bosch GT team running 2 and a tribute car, or 2. I forgot they ran 2 of them. Okay, 93 and 94 cars. I believe SK doing that. This is, where's it on this one? I've seen this one's coming. I believe that's coming from LB. That is lovely. I had some, especially sponsored by Mentos, which I think is hilarious. Well, hopefully that one, yeah, 488s again, 488s. Here we go. So again, the Dempsey Proton cars and the Proton competition car. The Dempsey Proton car and the Golf racing car. You know, without a great deal of effort, you can fill a very large display with these. Nice detail there. That is this area here. You can see that in here is mesh. So if you really wanted to, you could cut that out, I suppose, and put mesh in it, or you couldn't. And then you've got the Tracy Crone entered Dempsey Proton racing car in the typical Crone blue and green livery. I believe that didn't qualify, which is such a shame because, yeah. So there you go. So obviously there's plenty you can do with this kit. It is a nice simple kit. What the UK retail price for is, I don't know. I mean, I've paid about 25 to 30 pound shipped for this from Hong Kong. Great value. If it comes in at under £50, then in our marketplace it represents fantastic value. It's a lovely, lovely thing. I hope that you've enjoyed my witterings. Oh, one other thing, we have some nice, I don't think these wheels are bad. There is a company doing 3D printed ones. He was showing the artwork off on Facebook the other day, and he'd done them with separate sensors to give them a little bit more definition. Yeah, that would probably improve them, but I have to say, shape wise, they look nice. They do look nice. So who knows what will happen. Opportunity for many cars to be built. I'm just going to do the one for now, I think. Probably the art car. Depends on how quickly my friends at LB or SK do decals that make me go ooh. And we'll go from there. Thank you for your listening, and I'll speak to you all later.